Hey, hold up. Before we start though, I'm gonna say something funny right quick. It depends on Jameis. I gotta change my pick about who making the playoffs because if Jameis play well, listen, if that's a sick combination, a sick tree. That's a nasty trio. If you talking about if Thomas come back healthy, Thomas, Landry, and Olave, Lord have mercy. That's a nice little trio though. If it all depends on Jameis, but that's a nice little mix.
I mean, listen, okay, everybody's gonna be able to change it. It's gonna go.
Oh, this is
way too
not
early.
a final prediction. Yeah,
heck knows this isn't final, man. That would be. Listen, if you do final, if anybody's doing final predictions right now,
you crazy.
It's ridiculous. You don't know what you're doing. You know, like this is a prediction, and you know, it depends on training camp, injuries. It depends on. We're gonna do another one after training camp ends when the season begins. Those are really the pretty. You know, when training camp starts, those are pretty the kind of like not the final, but those are kind of like the final ones right before the season.
Yeah.
Those are the final ones after training camp, and
I mean, hell, for the AFC North, we need to see what's happening with Watson because if he's there for all 17 games, that makes for a very different team than if he's playing 11 or none.
Hey, so they did, was it NFL Live or Get Up? They asked who would win the AFC West. Three of the four people said the Chargers, and one person said the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get to that. A lot of people are not picking the Chiefs. I mean, we're gonna see. I don't think people in here are gonna pick the Chiefs. We're gonna see when we get there. You know what I'm saying, Mo? I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't know. They lost.
They did. Yeah, well. Hey, that AFC West gonna knock each other out, boy. So people gonna be pissed off. Like you gonna be, y'all gonna beat up on each other. Y'all gonna beat up on each other so much that somebody gonna miss the playoffs. There's gonna be a real 10-win team that's because the tiebreaker is gonna miss out.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think the AFC in general is gonna be absolutely tough. Yeah, it's because it's two divisions. You got the North, right? If Deshaun's healthy, you got the North that's gonna be tough, right? And then you got the West, and you still have Buffalo.
Yeah, you still got the Colts. Now Miami with all these expectations.
You know, you still got Buffalo, still got the Colts, still got Miami.
And I'm not gonna disrespect Tennessee because I'm not gonna disrespect Tennessee until they fall off. But I think they're gonna take a step back this year. I just think you can't put that wear and tear on Derrick Henry. And I just think that dude from Arkansas, he's gonna be all right, but he's not gonna be that number one that's gonna take that pressure off of Henry too much. Like I don't know. I think they're gonna take a step back.
So what's going on? How was everybody's week?
It was chill.
It was good. Craig has some cauliflower pizza. I'm scared. I need to try it. I'm gonna say that. Next time I go, I'll get it. He gave it a good review. So I'm good to go. Anywho, NBA playoffs. The title of the show this week, guys, is "The Suns Got Eclipsed," and that's literally what happened. Very surprisingly, because I picked the Suns.
I hope ain't nobody put their money up.
No. But it was just surprising. So, what's everybody's thoughts about the Bucks? Let's do the Mavericks versus the Suns. What was everybody's thoughts about that game 7? Was anybody surprised? I was
very.
I was surprised.
You weren't surprised it ended up in a blowout?
I was surprised by the score. I mean, I'm really not surprised that Dallas won, even though I picked the Suns. You can go either way, but I mean, Phoenix is at home. They had 60 wins, 60 plus 64 wins, and I mean, they got destroyed in that game. Like this is what I guess the Chris Paul led team does. I ain't trying to like knock Chris Paul. I think he's maybe top 5, definitely top 10 point guard of all time. I don't know what Pat Beck is. But I don't. I mean, he's just all over the place. But he's been in this position before where he's had a 2-0 lead and they blew the lead. This is his 5th time. So he's had a bunch of stuff. He's his record in game 7s is not good. So it comes down to him because he's the leader of the team. But the Suns, you can go either way. You can say that, but also the Suns wouldn't have been to the finals. The Suns wouldn't have been a 60-win team if it hadn't been for Chris Paul. Before Chris Paul got there, the team had, I think, maybe like 20-some wins was like the most, or maybe 30-some wins. They weren't really in contention to make the playoffs at all. And then Chris Paul comes, and Devin Booker's getting compared to Kobe and all this other stuff.
Ridiculous.
That's crazy talk. Ridiculous. I mean, it is what it is. But
he didn't do that though. He didn't.
He didn't. But I mean, his game, I can understand some of the similarities, but he's not. It's too early for that. But
way too early.
Just the game in general. Like they were down. Obviously, the Suns had 27 points at halftime. Luka had 27 points at halftime. The Suns were getting blunt. They were down by 46 at one point. I think the lead score at one point was in like the third quarter, maybe was like 7 or something like that.
Yeah.
Somebody, I don't know.
It was bad. It was bad, Craig.
I think Devin Booker started like 0 for 9 or something.
Yeah, it was bad. You ever watch a video where animals like tearing apart another animal and it's getting slaughtered, and you're like, I can't take my eyes off of it.
You know what I did?
I kept watching the game. I was like, yeah, this can't be real.
I did like the fact that Chris Paul never came out and said he had an injury.
I like that.
I like that. Ron, who came out in the finals and said he had a broken hand or a fractured hand, whatever. But I don't like the fact that if he has an injury, why is he and they're down by 30, whatever it is, points in the fourth quarter? Why is he still in the game stat pad at that point? Doesn't mean anything. Just, I mean,
you talk about Paul?
No, Chris Paul. If he had the injury, why is he still in the game? I mean, like I said, he didn't disclose it himself, but I mean, I don't want to hear about it after the game, even though it didn't come from him, which is good because he's not coming out here and putting out excuses for himself. But it's just like you're not going to win the game. Just there's no point in saying this. You're 37. He hasn't played well since he turned 37. Like his numbers.
Which was what was it? He just turned 37 when last week, right?
Sometime last week, right after game 2 or something like that, or something. It was something like right after game 2.
He turned 37.
He's balling. I know it just seemed like he 37 hit, and he just went from here to like he just dropped off immediately. I don't know how, but his turnovers went up, his points went down. So I mean, Chris Paul is still the top guy to me that I think I would like to see win a ring. Like, it's 5 guys, I think, to me that would like to see win a ring, but I don't know what's going to happen for
him. What's your list of 5 guys?
I probably would say not just likes, but maybe
1 2 you want to see,
deserves. I Chris Paul. He's 1. I got Melo 2.
Okay.
James Harden 3, even though I don't know what he's been doing the last couple of years. James Harden 3, Russell Westbrook 4.
Yeah.
And I think it's Dame 5. It was Giannis 5, but then Giannis
got one.
So Dame moved up because I mean Dame's been in the league for a little while now. I'd like to see him get a ring, but
I mean, he said he's going to stay in Portland, but we'll see. I mean, now he's posting the pictures of players he would like to play, but I mean, that's LeBron says that people interview people, and that's how you want to. I mean, that's how it is, right? I want to play with this person.
That's cool.
That's cool,
You love McCollum.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna stick with it, which is good. I like your list. I like it. We were both, I mean, this game hit me, man. I like all your points. It was kind of, and here's the thing. Luka, right? So Chris Wright was right? I was shocked that Dallas won in 7. But Luka, I thought game 7 was going to be like, not even how the Bucks and Celtics were, because Giannis gave it his all, but kind of like how, I thought it wasn't going to be a blowout. I thought it was going to be a good game 7, even though the Bucks, and we'll get to them later, the Bucks and Celtics, that was still a good game, right? So that's what I was thinking I was watching. And like I said earlier, it's just like, man, this hyena is punishing this antelope, but I can't stop watching it, right? So I watched it. I was just in shock, man. And Ayton didn't play any valuable minutes. And, Lucas said it, he was walking out the tunnel and he was like, everybody want to talk tough when they up. I was like, oh, and now it just, he backed it up. He backed it up in a very vicious way. He's laughing. I'm like, this is getting disrespectful. He's spinning, shooting threes, then laughing. The reporters are asking him, hey, did you know you had 27 points? The same amount of the Suns at halftime? He's like, yeah. Well, I mean, at this point in time, I don't know what Devin Booker is made of. My bad, fix my chair. I don't know what Devin Booker is made of, right? It was a bad loss. But the person that he was compared to, it happened to Kobe Bryant in the finals against Boston, but Kobe came back and won back-to-back, right? But that's one of the top 10 players of all time. There's no comparison. The only thing the Suns can do next year is come back and beat Dallas to get where they want to be. And a lot of people were saying they didn't have faith in the Suns. Some NBA players came out, right? I know Patrick Beverley came out. Anthony Davis came out and said nobody's scared of the Suns.
I didn't hear none of this talk until after the Suns lost. Like, I didn't hear.
No, Anthony Davis came out. It was like, if we play the Suns, we're gonna win. That he said that when they were.
Why didn't they lose on purpose?
What? What?
Why did they lose to the Clippers to get to the second play-in game, since they were the 7th seed, where they had another game, and then they could.
Which who?
Minnesota.
No, I'm not saying. I don't know about Minnesota. I said Anthony Davis.
No,
not Anthony Edwards. No, Anthony Davis. The Lakers didn't make the playoffs, but he said that he was.
Don't come to shut up.
No, I'm just saying. He said that he wanted to play. He said he wanted to play. He was like, nobody's scared. He's like, he wants to play the Suns if they got an AC.
Well, that's all. He has no reason to say anything because he didn't even play a lot of games this year to help the team make the playoffs.
Well,
so, I mean, it's easy to say, yeah, we're not scared of the Suns. We lost to them last year. We're not scared of them, though. I mean, last year, yeah, they were up 2-1. So maybe they could have won if they were healthy, and I'm here for it. But, I mean, come on, man.
Well, another person that I listened to him, like Mr. Rob Parker, broke down and said, first he called the Suns fugazi, but he said that the Suns' pathway to the finals last year, they beat teams without their stars. I didn't even realize that, right? So they beat the Lakers without AD and a hurt LeBron. They beat the Clippers without Kawhi. And then they beat who else did the Suns beat? Beat the Clippers.
I don't know who they played.
They beat the Nuggets without Murray.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And I didn't even realize that. I was like, oh, wait a minute. So I don't know if we're gonna see next year.
The Warriors are in the same boat so far. They beat the Nuggets again without Murray, and they beat the Grizzlies without Ja for the last couple games.
We're gonna see. This might be the Warriors, last run. We'll get to them. But Boston versus the Bucks. I think that was good.
First half.
Yeah. I mean, it went 7 games without Chris Middleton.
I mean,
that's good. Giannis gave it. Giannis has my. If he has so much of my respect because he was doing everything he could have for his team.
He just ran out of gas.
He ran out. It was nothing more that Giannis could do. Giannis is, he left it all on the floor. He left it all on the court, and I still consider him one of the best players in the NBA. Hands down.
Top 2, top 3. I think he's at least 2 minimum.
Who think 1?
Kevin Durant still. It's between him.
Yeah, it could be between them. Yeah, be between those two. That's a good topic for discussion.
I think maybe once Kawhi comes back, he's going to get thrown into.
Yep, Kawhi
playing like crazy at 37.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. Next year is going to be interesting, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, because I think
can't wait.
I think the Suns are in trouble because Kawhi's coming back, LeBron's coming back,
Murray, Denver's going to be healthy.
Denver's going to be healthy again. The Grizzlies.
Memphis, I like Memphis. Yep.
So it's gonna be tough for the Suns to come back and run it back with 60-some wins again and try to get back to the finals. I don't see it happening, but
yeah. And then the Warriors Clay will be completely healthy. I think he's starting to get I think he's starting to get there.
My bad, fellas.
You're good. I think he's starting to get there, but I think Clay next year, you know how that goes. Next year he'll be, even though Steph will be a little older, but they still, if they have that core team that they have, Jordan Poole gets more go, Gary Payton's back,
Wiseman.
Munga, yeah, they'll have Wiseman. They're gonna be Golden State is.
Is Wiseman still in the G League? Are they still developing him, bringing him back slowly?
I don't think he's coming back this year.
No, he's not coming back this year.
He'll be back next season.
Yeah, but they're just good to go. But all right. So Western Conference and Eastern Conference championships. I have to say something about Miami and Boston. I have been tossing and turning about who was going to win this series, and I didn't let game one affect my pick because, shout out. Rose says she will come on. Craig, we just got to let her know. I was like, Craig asked, she said, tell him I'll come on. I said, all right. She said, yeah. I told her, Corey, you mentioned her. She's like, oh, yeah, cool. I'll come. She's like, I'll come, just let me know. So
you do me no favors.
Yeah. we can do it. So I text her and I said, she was like, who do you like? And I was like, it's like Miami they're playing really well. And it reminded me, like I said, Jimmy Butler is reminding me of what he wants to get back. Like this is what I said. I said both teams match up really well. Both teams are playing 90s defense basketball. I have to sleep on it, but I might be leaning towards the Heat just because Jimmy wants to chip. But I would say the same about Tatum. So it's going to be a good series. So I think I said that even before game one. I said that Saturday night. And I think I'm gonna pick the Heat. I think it's gonna be a good series. But I don't know. 90% of people picking Boston now.
I think I'm gonna go Heat in 6. I think I'll go Heat in 6 or 7.
6? I don't know about that.
No, I'm basing that on Horford or Smart coming back. If they don't come back, that's something totally different. But I think they're supposed to play. I know Smart might be back. I know Horford with the safety protocol. I don't know if he's gonna be able to play game 2.
He's not.
But he's not.
But this I don't know. I think Boston, shown they're going to fight back. I think it can go 6 or 7. I think I'd be kind of disrespectful to say Miami gonna win in 5. Like I ain't gonna say that.
So you got the Heat.
Yeah, it's 6 or 7. I can't go 10 toes down on one number, but I'm gonna say 6 or 7.
I got the Heat too. Craig, who you got?
I picked Boston for the series start. I'm sticking with Boston. I'm not gonna change my pick.
Yeah. Well, I picked the Bucks and the Suns, so at this point, I'm a free agent.
I didn't win it all this year, so my pick is still there. But I think Boston, they're. I mean, both teams are really good on the defensive side. It's just unfortunate that the Celtics don't have Horford to space the floor. He can shoot threes. He can pick and pop. He can play a little defense if he needs to every now and then. He's just an extra body out there. Like he's just a person that can crash the glass if he needs to, or whatever. And then also Marcus Smart's not there, the defensive player of the year. So that's unfortunate too. I'm hoping he can come back. even if he can't guard Butler, I just hope he can come back and at least put some pressure on some of the 3-point shooters out there that they got. That'll be good for them at least. Plus his extra boost he can provide, because Boston pretty much had that game won, but they had him 3 out of the 4 quarters. Just the third quarter, I don't know what they for the first 7 minutes they could not make a shot. They didn't make a shot. They made 2 free throws. That was it, and they turned the ball over. Tatum had 6 turnovers by himself. They were getting blocked left and right. I don't know what happened between Tatum in the first half and Tatum in the second half and what they were doing. But I guess credit to Miami for making the adjustments, because that was not the same team in the second half, especially that third quarter that was in the first half. But Butler, he did something that you just don't see nowadays. He had 41 points with no threes.
Yeah, so, crazy.
All free throws and twos. So I mean, you gotta give him credit for that. But I'm still sticking with Boston. I'm just hoping Smart can come back for game 2. I don't think Horford's going to be there for 2 or 3. He might be there for 3, but I don't think so from what I've been hearing. So I'm still sticking with Boston. I really don't want Miami to be there. I don't want Stephen A. Smith to be all smiling and giggling about Miami, and I just not a fan of Miami basketball teams.
The basketball. None of them.
The basketball team. There's only one. I mean, the professional one.
I'm just saying. No. But I mean, none of like the teams of the past. Like, not even with Dwayne Wade and Shaq.
Maybe the first Dwayne Wade one, just because Dallas started doing we're going to have the parade route out right now. We're showing the parade route we're going to take after they were up 2-0, and then Miami came back to winning. Maybe that was the only team. Okay, I'll give you that one.
Yeah, I'm about to be like, yeah.
The 2006 Heat.
Yeah.
Every other iteration of the Heat, nah, I'm good. And then this one, I just want to see Tatum, because Tatum's been to the NBA Conference Finals like 3 or 4 times.
3 times.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just like, just want him to get there at least once.
Yeah, I mean, he's still 24 though.
He is, but I mean, it's just unfortunate that he's had to deal with this injuries from Marcus Smart and then the protocol with Al Horford. So,
I mean,
but I'm still picking Boston. I got Boston in I've had him in 6. I'm still sticking with 6.
Okay. Corey, you go Boston.
Yeah. I'm with Craig there. I've never cared for the Heat. Even before the Pacers LeBron series, like just never cared for him. So not saying I'm a big fan of Boston either, but I'd rather see Boston there.
Yeah, a lot of people pick, but I'm not gonna lie, this is a really good matchup. They played in the Eastern Conference Finals in the bubble, so listen, this is the 1 and 2 seed, so they match up really well. I can't wait. Actually, all right, Golden State Warriors versus the Dallas Mavericks. This is gonna be interesting, Craig. We were talking about this earlier. You think Golden State?
I got Golden State, and if Clay and Steph can play like Clay and Steph, I got them in 5. I just think that people are asking who can guard Luka and all this stuff, which is a legit question. But who can Luka guard on the other end? He can't guard nobody. He doesn't play defense. So I know the team as a whole, Dallas has played defense a lot better from like the All-Star break or whatever, or maybe even a little bit before the All-Star break.
Yeah.
But if Steph and Clay are hitting their shots like they're accustomed to, and they're getting Poole hitting his shots like he was before when he was starting, I don't see Dallas winning but 1 game in this series. I think Dallas is a solid team. I think they're 1 superstar or 1 star away from being back here again in this position, but I just don't see how they can, because I just don't think, as good as Luka is, I just don't, if he's in foul trouble or whatever it is, and the Warriors get him in foul trouble, I don't know what they're going to do. Brunson has he's tailed off from the first round, and then you really have no other like big time star on the team, and then like I figure Luka's going to get tired of chasing somebody, either that or he's just going to guard nobody. He's going to be guarding Wiggins or something. Well, Wiggins can score too.
Yeah,
he's not going to be chasing Steph or Clay. I'll tell you that. If he is, it's a wrap. I don't know what he can.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting, the defense assignment.
Yeah,
that Golden State's gonna, because Golden State's gonna throw bodies at Luka. and they're gonna bet the other people to beat them. And the thing with Golden State is they're a great defensive team, and they have that really good small ball lineup that matches well with Dallas. And I mean, and Clay, I think Clay right now, I mean, if you get, we all know this, and after you have a major injury, whether it's in sports, right? It's in football or basketball, you have time to start getting in shape. Clay looked like he's peaking towards fully healthy. He's riding the bike to the stadium. And he looks like he's peaking in shape at this point in time. So I think Golden State has the experience. And I think Golden State wins in 6. Close 6, though. Close 6. But I think Golden State wins in 6. Mo, who you got?
I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take 6 only because of I feel like momentum is something in sports, especially basketball.
Yeah,
I think Dallas is gonna fight, and then that momentum is gonna ride them to at least win a couple of games.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely think Golden State gonna be too much because what they're gonna be able to do is, like you said, they're gonna be able to throw bodies at Luka. You can go a 5 minutes, 10-minute stretch where you could throw Draymond at him. You could throw the rookie at him. The rookie at him, you can throw him at him. You can go a 3-minute, 4-minute stretch where you can throw Clay at him. You can even go a stretch where you throw Wiggins at him. So it's like they have so many bodies they could throw at him that's gonna give Luka different looks because now they can be physical with him. Then you got a couple of them that can match his speed, that can go foot for foot with him. So I think it's gonna be a different atmosphere. Like you said, now it's what do you do with Luka if you're Jason Kidd, what do you do with Luka defensively? Because if you run in zone, okay, that's different. But if you run man, depending on who he's on, you're gonna wear him out. Because now what you gonna ask him to run with Clay, run with Steph? I don't know. Because one thing I would do is if I see him on Clay, I'm gonna run him ragged. If I see him on Steph, I'm gonna run him ragged. If I see him on Wiggins, I'm gonna post him up. I'm gonna wear you out. Like I'm gonna make you exert more energy than what you want to exert on both ends of the court.
And which is
I don't think Phoenix did that. I don't think Phoenix really made him work on the defensive side of the ball. So he had so much energy left over for defense. I mean, for offense, he was straight.
Especially
he do on defense.
Especially if Clay and Steph show up.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's
I think
gonna be tough.
A great series though. I think he's gonna probably 30-something, 35 probably, but
that's what Luka does, But somebody said that he needs to listen. Rest in peace to one of my favorite players. Everybody knows this. Craig has him in the background. Craig's favorite players, right? Kobe Bryant said this about James Harden. He said that you can't win basketball by that playing style. You gotta have it. Him and Tracy McGrady said, and they're speaking from experience because they both have done that. But you can't win basketball on a higher level by your usage rates being that high. Like James Harden was when he was in Houston, he's shooting threes, he's assisting. Cool. Your individual stats are going to be very high, like Luka's. But in order to win, especially in NBA, you gotta be able to give it up, man. You gotta be able to trust. And that's hard to do. Especially if you're a superstar and you can make it happen, And Luka's a superstar.
Did you know that out of the top 10 paid players in the league, only one is still playing?
Top 10 paid.
Yeah.
Steph.
Yeah. He's number one. Mm-hmm. Everybody else in the top 10.
Everybody else is gone. LeBron's gone. KD's gone. Harden's gone. Westbrook's gone.
Hey, so
I saw a list earlier, Craig. Who else?
I think Anthony Davis is in there.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna give y'all a wild statement right quick, and I'm gonna word this right. And I'm trying to figure out how to word this right. If Dallas makes the playoffs, Dallas makes the NBA Finals, right? Yeah. This will be probably the second worst roster I've seen a superstar take to the finals.
Besides
Next to that,
besides LeBron, that's what everybody
LeBron. Besides LeBron, that ain't not gonna be that Cleveland roster.
That's what Nick Wright. That's what Nick Wright was saying. That's how great Luke is.
But hold up, no disrespect. But then again, does really it's sad to say this, but does Dallas really have people on that roster that's better than Elgauskas and Larry Hughes and even the people they had?
Yeah, Craig, don't do that.
Maybe Brunson, because Brunson was playing like he was that second guy.
Who?
Brunson. In the first round, Brunson was playing really, really well.
Brunson was playing well, yeah.
And then he just, I don't know what Phoenix did, or if it's just something that he just, he doesn't have it anymore. He fell off. Just like Poole. Poole was playing well when he was starting, and then he kind of, lately, he's like, especially like the last 3 games.
I'm going to tell you, Dinwiddie's going to be the X factor, though.
Dinwiddie's really good, too.
Dinwiddie's going to play.
For a second guy, maybe a third guy, Dinwiddie's pretty good. I think I would take Dinwiddie and Brunson over anybody LeBron had in 07.
Yep.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah, because now if Luka does take this team to the finals, it'll be interesting, but it's gonna be hard, especially if Boston goes or the Heat.
I mean,
it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be. I don't know, man. Boston and the Heat play that defense, and they can run that small ball. Both teams do.
I don't think
if Dallas goes against, if Dallas goes against the Heat, they're gonna throw who they can at Jimmy Butler, right? I mean, not Jimmy Butler, but Luka. And then if Dallas versus Boston, Tatum is gonna go at Luka all day. If it's close in the fourth quarter, Tatum can match Luka shot for shot.
I don't know. This is better or worse than that 07. If they does go to the finals, I don't know what's.
It's comparable. Yeah,
but you looked it up. You looked it up, Craig.
I'm just looking up who Cleveland beat, but I mean, you look at who Dallas would have beaten.
They beat Detroit to get there.
Yeah, they did. But that was the only team, I guess, that was. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great team. They went back-to-back finals.
I mean, they were favored over them. That was the only team that they played that were favored over. At least, I think Dallas, in the first round, you could have said they were going to lose, maybe, to the Jazz. I don't know if they were really favored. I'm saying I don't know if they were really like heavily.
I got you. With Luka not being there too. Okay.
Yeah, that too. I forgot about that. But the second round, they were heavily underdogs.
Heavily.
And then this round too, they're underdogs.
Yeah. If they make it, I mean, that goes. You gotta give Jason Kidd coaching too.
Gotta give Jason Kidd a bunch of credit. You gotta give Luka a bunch of credit.
Yeah.
Because remember, it was reasons behind why he didn't get that Lakers job. He was like, why he didn't get the Lakers job. Now he might look back.
I wanted him to be like LeBron pushed for him. LeBron pushed for Ty Lue, but he makes the decisions.
Clearly, they don't need Porzingis.
You said what? Oh yeah.
Dallas doesn't need Porzingis.
No.
0-2.
I think he hurt them more. If that makes sense. I think he's overrated, but
I do too.
I do, man. He had one calling him the unicorn, and we haven't seen a unicorn since. Maybe that's why.
He was in New York.
Yeah, unicorns don't exist.
You'll get to see him. He's in Washington.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I'm a Lakers fan, so I don't have to deal with that. That's Bo. Yeah, he is on local TV. Every time I'm gonna tell you this, two of my friends are Wizards fans, and I was like, "Oh, you got the unicorn."
That's nice. I was hoping we get a top three pick, but
y'all have had top 10 picks for like 15 years.
And it's terrible. It's terrible.
Wizards keep getting top picks. Listen, I'm a local guy, but I'm
never won 50 games. Ever. I mean, maybe back in like.
Nah, they had a good team with John Wall,
but they never won 50 games.
Nope.
In the season.
No. The closest we got was like 40-something, 45 or 40-something. We had Gilbert in them.
Good, yeah. Yeah, y'all have Gilbert.
We had Gilbert, Karan, and Antoine Jameson.
Yeah.
That's tough, man.
It's tough, man. I was like, then they got another top 10 pick. Golly. Yeah. All right. They're a local team. Yeah. I'm a Lakers fan and a Commanders fan. I am not a Washington Wizards fan. My brother is. A lot of my friends are. They're like, oh, you can support local teams. I do. I follow them, but they're trash. I don't care to say it. Yeah, cool. I don't watch hockey, but I'm not gonna. I have a Wizards shirt at Facebook, and I was like, that's not my team. It's not. No hate, no shade. It's just
wear that shirt with pride, man.
Okay. Anyway, NFL. All right, now we were on live for the schedule release, which was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, actually. Now, all right, what is everybody's top 10 favorite games and why?
I mean, are we picking a full? I can't pick 10, but I know one I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to opening weekend. I'm looking forward
I can pick 10.
I can pick 10, but I'm gonna throw 2 out. I'm pointing out the opening weekend.
Oh yeah, I think that's on everybody's.
That Bills, that opening weekend with the Bills,
and the Rams.
Is gonna be crazy. Bills Rams.
That's on my
That's
list.
gonna be a good
I
game.
think that's gonna be. That's one of my. I don't know. Does anybody else? That's on my list of one of the games to see. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, I don't think it's gonna be a top 10 game if you're talking about scores or something like that, or but as far as build up and statements early,
it's gonna be a good game.
That Sunday night game with Dallas and Tampa gonna speak volumes either way early. It's gonna speak something early about what's going on. I think it's gonna tell something early.
Yeah. Anybody else? Well, go ahead. Because what?
Because you look at it, Bruce Arians leaves. So say Dallas wins that game early, people might look at their coach now, look at Todd Bowles like, you losing to a Dallas team that a lot of people thought lost a lot of talent. And we're talking about Brady coming back and he came back to try to win. Like a lot of eyebrows might be get raised. If you're Dallas, you get blown out early or you get or something happens, we already know what the situation is in Dallas, so they're gonna look at McCarthy like, oh, here we go again. And then started. Here it go. So I think early on that's gonna be a storyline right there.
Okay. Corey, I have the Colts and Broncos on here week 5. I think that's gonna be one of my games to watch, man.
Yeah, I have that on my list of Colts games, but I think that will be. It's the end of a pretty tough 3-game stretch. And I think it'll be a good measuring stick for where the Colts are going to look like this season, because both teams with new quarterbacks getting adjusted early in the season. It should be a really good matchup, and it is a Thursday night game, I do believe.
Yes, it is. We on the live. We said it's a lot of good Thursday night games. A lot of good Sunday night games.
Mm-hmm.
Monday night kind of finishes third.
Yeah.
Again.
Hey, did y'all have that Minnesota Philly game in y'all top 10?
Yes. I think it's week 2. It is two teams that I think could make sneaky runs at their division titles. Mm-hmm. That we'll see what they got.
Yeah.
I think they're in kind of comparable places in a wide open NFC.
Yeah. Craig, any games? No Panthers?
I got no.
Let me stop. All right, I'm gonna.
He said, "Hey, Craig ain't had to say." Craig said, "No."
There's gonna be some on there 2 years from now.
I got to be good in 2 years. A lot of my teams are kind of the same because a lot of the teams that I picked in this top 10 list are good teams that I expect to be in the playoffs. Like obviously my number 1 is Bills Rams. Obviously, I got Bills Chiefs, Packers Bills.
Yep.
Bucks Chargers Chiefs.
Yep.
Bills Bengals, Rams Chiefs, Rams Packers, Packers Bucks, and Bengals Browns.
You got the Bengals and Bucks?
You got the Bengals and Bucks? No.
That might be a good one.
Hey, I'm a good one.
Week 15 too. Hey, Week 15.
I'm gonna get y'all sleeper game.
It's a lot of games I could have picked.
Yeah, it's a bunch. It's a bunch.
I couldn't really stick with.
It's a bunch. You said Bills and Bengals, right? That's gonna be a good one.
Bills and Bengals. Yeah, I did pick them.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good. A lot of Bills, Chiefs,
Yeah, Chiefs, Bengals. I forgot what week they were.
The same teams.
Yeah,
I
me
mean,
too.
I think week 17, the Buffalo at Cincinnati game could end up mattering for seeding.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's going to be a good one. Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
That's going to be good.
Hey, that I think it's week 13. That Dallas Green Bay game could be something to knock somebody out of playoffs.
Yeah,
like, that could be something that, because tiebreakers and stuff like that could hurt somebody.
Yeah, it's week 10. Packers versus that's gonna be a good one.
McCarthy going back to Green Bay is always an interesting storyline too.
Yep. Because of the catch. They got a lot of history there. Was it against? No, that was against Seattle where the tight end bobbled the offside kick. But all right. So I'm gonna start off with Corey. Right?
Okay.
What are the 5 most important games of the Colts season and why?
All right, so I did cheat a little, but
it's okay.
So for number 1 is weeks 1 and 2, because right out of the gate, you have 2 big things that have hampered the Colts for almost a decade: winning week 1 and winning in Jacksonville.
Pretty big.
Yeah, the Jags have not been good for most of that time. And if the Colts want to have playoff aspirations, Super Bowl aspirations, Matt Ryan's going to have to get this team off on the right foot. You cannot start out 0-2. Just can't.
No, because doesn't it go down? Like if you're 0-2, doesn't the percent of playoff making the playoffs goes down?
It's hard.
Yeah.
And then the second thing I have listed is weeks 3 through 5, because you get your home opener against the Chiefs. Then you have Tennessee come to town in what is a very important divisional game, because the NFL threw 5 of their 6 divisional games in the first 7 weeks for whatever reason. And then week 5, short week against Denver.
That's going to be
it's all 3 of those games are against teams that are Tennessee made the playoffs last year. They're going to be competing for the division.
Yeah.
Chiefs made the playoffs last year. Everyone, I think, expects the Broncos to make playoffs this year. Like, you got to win those games.
Yeah. That's going to be very interesting. The first 2 games.
Yeah. You would think, Houston and Jacksonville, guaranteed wins. You would think that, yeah.
It seems like the NFL is funny. They leave it on the week 18, right? And then they're like, let's put them on in the beginning of the season. No, this is a very impactful game early. Good job, NFL.
Well, it's second year in a row that going into the season, everybody knew Colts Titans are the only 2 teams that are going to win the AFC South.
Yes.
And it's second year in a row, both of their matchups are over before October ends.
Damn. Does that happen? Yeah. That's what happened last year. Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
They should save them for the back end.
Yeah. How is week 18 not Colts Titans? Because the last time they did that, it was 2018. And it was a matchup division. For winner take all for the division.
Yep. I remember that. It got flexed.
Yep.
Yeah. It got flexed. I remember that. Yeah. So Craig, go ahead. I was
going to say, so third, I have week 8 when the Washington Commanders come to town. I think it'll be interesting to see Carson Wentz on another return against a former team. I also think it's sandwiched in between. It could be a bit of a trap game because it is sandwiched between their second Tennessee game and going to New England.
Ooh. Okay,
so it's a game they really have to win too. But I think the Carson Wentz element should help them be more than prepared for it. Then week 9 at New England, because that games in New England have often been a horror show for the Colts.
Okay.
So if they want to be a serious team, I don't know how good the Patriots are going to be this year. You got to go win that game. Just straight.
I think it's going to be an easy win for you guys.
I sure hope so. It wasn't last year.
Yeah.
And then for me, the last game I have on it is week 16, Monday Night Football against the Chargers. Again, I think the Chargers, we'll get to it later. I'm picking the Chargers to win the West right now. And
big game.
If you want to make a run, that's a game you got to win.
It's a big game.
Make a
Week
statement.
16. Yeah, that could. Week 16, as we saw last year, that could be a big. If you win, that could be seeding. It could be deciding to get to the playoffs. Both you and the Chargers. That's gonna be very interesting. All right, Corey with his top 5. Craig, I know, but I had to ask this. I had to ask this because I asked everybody. I'm like, all right, now, if you want, I mean, you could,
All right. Well, since my team is not in the same position as your,
you could.
Corey's team or even Joe's team, like I'm not going off most important because I don't expect.
Yeah, gotcha.
But I went off of like games that I want to see because they don't play a lot of these teams every year. Like they play the Bucks every year, so I didn't put them on there. I didn't put the Saints on there, even though I know those games are like I want to see them because it's the Saints or the Bucks or whatever it is. But the first game I went with is the opening game against the Browns. Obviously, you get your team off to a good start, but also it could be them playing Baker, who there. If you play, I doubt it. Even if
good pick,
you'll even want to suit up. But you never know. But it could be him or it could be Deshaun. And both quarterbacks were rumored to come to Carolina at one point in time. So, and plus it's the first game of the season. So,
what if Carolina has Baker?
That'll be even more special. I'll probably move it up further on the list, but
yeah.
Also a caveat is I got them losing every single one of these games I'm about to pick, so I'm throwing that out there too. The second game is against the Broncos, week 12 at home. It's one of the games where they're not. It's like the 17th game basically. You're playing a AFC team that was in the same standing as you. It's one of those games again. Last year they played the Texans. This year it's the Broncos. And obviously you get Russell Wilson coming into town. Russell Wilson, what I'm saying? The Broncos at this point in time could be fighting with a bunch of the other teams in the AFC. The Panthers are pretty much fighting for a top 5 pick at this point since it's so late in the season. But I don't really have any expectations right there. Week 9 is the next one at the Bengals. You're playing the defending AFC champs. I mean, it's at the Bengals, so it's going to be a tough road game anyway. It's kind of late in the season, middle of the season ish. So I mean, they're playing a really good team. So, and I expect the Bengals to be in the mix for the playoffs again. So, what can you do? Playing at the Rams. So they go from one game playing the defending AFC champs to playing the Super Bowl champs, the Rams, in week 6. And it's a road game. So, I mean, going from East Coast to West Coast is always bad, or vice versa for the traveling team. So I just don't see this really being a competitive game. Maybe they can stat pad or something like that. I don't know, but just playing the defending champs is going to be cool in their building. So I think that's worth a watch, even though I'll probably turn it off by halftime. The number 1 game is at the Ravens, just because I want to go to this game since it's local. It is kind of late in the season, week 11, which is the week before Thanksgiving or a couple of days before Thanksgiving.
We need to work on that. Yeah, we need to work on that. We should go to a game, all go to a game, pick a game, all go to it.
It might be warm, Craig. It might be cold.
It's November 20th. It's gonna be cold. But even if it's not cold, or even if it's a decent weather game, I mean, you don't see the Panthers come to play the Ravens once every 4 years, and sometimes it's in Carolina, sometimes it's in, obviously, like here it's in Baltimore. So you also get to see Lamar play. You get to see the Ravens, who I think are going to be contention for a playoff seat, or as a playoff team, a division winner as well. So I mean, like I said, I don't expect the Panthers to win any of these games. I think I picked them to lose every single one. So I'm really not having expectations for them, but just to see some teams that you don't normally see on the schedule.
Yeah.
And a lot of these teams, except for the Rams, are all AFC teams. So you don't see any of these teams really. So.
All right, cool, man. I figured I was typing it up. I was like, dang, I don't know. I was like,
not in no position to.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta throw it on there though.
Expectations like every other team. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all gonna be good, man. In 2 years, 2 years, y'all gonna draft a great quarterback. You're gonna draft a great quarterback, and you get a good coach. They be on their way. So all right, Mo. What are your top 5 most important games for the Commanders? And why?
All right, so I was about to be. I had to look back again, and I was about to be real cliche with what I was about to say, but I'm gonna replace one of them. Okay. But I'm gonna stick to my stance on the first 2 games are important. We have the Lions and the Jags. The reason I'm gonna say those are important, there are 2 teams on the up end. They're trying to improve, but we have to. I feel like if we're going to make the playoffs or even remotely win the division, we have to win both of those games, because after that we got Dallas, Philly, and Tennessee. So if you start off 0-2 or even 1-1, now you gotta go play Dallas, Philly, and Tennessee. That's some tough games. That puts you in a hole. And then I was going to pick the last 3 games. But what I would do is I'm going to replace the Cleveland game in my top 5, and I'm going to put the game against Minnesota because, of course, we're playing Kirk Cousins, the battle against our former quarterback. So I'm going to take the Cleveland game out, but I'm going to keep the San Francisco game and the Dallas game, week 18. I'm going to keep that game because that's a division game, and it might go to tiebreakers. It might be for the division, or it might be for a playoff spot. You never know how things can swing.
Yeah.
That San Francisco game is going to be important for standings, seeding. I think, especially if things go the way I think it's going to go with them going to Trey Lance, I think it's going to be an opportunity. If we got our pass rush going, if we could do some things, young quarterback, I think we can battle in that game. I think we can kind of fight in that game.
No, nothing cliche about it. I'm gonna double down, right? I'm just not gonna go with the Lions because I think that's gonna be a easy win. But I do think the first game of the season is very vital and important because it sets the tone. And I know it's Jacksonville, but they have a new coach and everybody is, we can all joke and laugh. But this is still an NFL team, and it's any given Sunday. So we need to come in there, and we need to win week 1, right? I'm not too worried about the Lions. I think we're going to win that. But I do agree we have to start strong and be 2-0, just like how Corey thinks. I think, listen, man, starting fast and finishing strong is the key in any sport, right? That's how you want to do. Same with the NBA. You want to start fast, finish strong. Same with the NFL. Start fast, finish strong. Right? So, but then I have, we'll get into this later. Then I do have I think the Vikings is going to be an important game. I think you're right about that. Not only for the Kirk Cousins, but I think the Vikings, we're going to get into that later. They might win the division. We don't know. A lot of people are picking them. They have a good shot. Their offensive pieces, I think they're, especially the way the NFC is built, they're not going to be, that's going to be a good team. And that's going to be a very important game for us in the schedule. The third one is I am going to go with the last 3 because it's very important. We have a late bye week 14, right? I probably wish we would have one week 7 or 8. That's the good key spots, man. Right? But we're going to be week 14. After that, we're going to have to win. I know a lot of people are not high on the 49ers. A lot of people are saying Trey Lance, they don't know the quarterback situation. Debo's not happy. But I still think they're the 49ers. And, it's funny. 49ers haven't had back-to-back winning seasons, so they might not be good, but it's late in the season, and I think that's going to be a difficult win. Then we have the Cleveland Browns. And everybody can agree to this. Whether Deshaun Watson, he's not going to be suspended at that point in time.
Yeah.
And he'll be playing tough. And Cleveland is already a tough team. They're physical. They have a good offensive defensive line. They rush the passer. They run the ball. Then you give them Deshaun Watson. That's going to be tough. And because we have the week by 14, those 3 games leading up to those 2 games are going to lead up. And I do agree with you. I think the Cowboys is going to be it's going to be either playoff seeding or division on the line. And, it's going to be, even if it's like the Chargers and the Raiders last year, I think that's how it's going to be, right? I think it's going to be between us and Dallas. I don't think Philly is. I will talk about that later.
But then the wild part is, Jay, I think we play the Giants back to back. I think we got the Giants.
I'm not worried about the Giants. We're going to sweep them.
Yeah, we better.
We swept them last year. They're not. The Giants aren't a good team. It's come on, man. Like, we gotta stop with this Daniel Jones. Now, if it was Philly, we're not gonna sweep Philly. That's fair. I do that, right? I can talk trash all I want to about Philly, but they have a good roster and a good team. The Giants.
As long as we get swept by them, as long as they don't sweep us.
The Giants do not have a good team. They do not. I will not respect them, and they're blowing up their roster right now. I don't know if anybody is paying attention, but they're trying to cut everybody. The GM is trying to clean house, and they're trying to clean house, and they're tanking, starting Daniel Jones again. It could be a bad team, but that's what it is. So, all right, I'm gonna start off with you, Craig. What is gonna be with the new schedule? What's your team record?
All right, look, I do every year I do a spreadsheet and I pick
every single do. It's crazy.
Every single game, every single team, and I had to go back and obviously cross-reference and okay, the Seattle Seahawks lost to this team, and I got to pick it for the A. I got to go over here and split it and see what they lost to. Make sure it matches up.
Because it matches up, right? I don't do that because it's. I don't have that much patience. You've been doing that for a minute.
It's a little tedious, and a lot. I missed something. I got to look at it and be like, okay, I missed something. But either way, I still got the Panthers. And I was looking at it and I was going through it and I was like, yo, I got them losing at one point, like 5 games in a row. So I got them, and that's because they got a tough stretch with 49ers at the Rams, the Bucks, at the Falcons, at the Bengals.
Ooh.
So
that is a tough stretch.
Even the Falcons game, even though it's not
it's a divisional game, though.
It's a road game, it's a divisional game, all that. But I got them going 6 and 11. I can see them going anywhere between 5 and 12. 6 and 11, between 5 and 12 and 7 and 10. 7 and 10 is maybe pushing it. But there's some games on here that are very winnable.
Yeah.
It's just who comes to play. Like I thought there were a lot of games that could have won last year, and they just didn't. They didn't show it. So I mean, I think a lot of people that I've seen also said the Panthers going to go 6 and 11. I just think we picked different wins, but came to the same win total. Mm-hmm. So it's. I mean, I don't. I mean, maybe they can surprise me this year. I got them beating the Giants. Maybe they can surprise me this year. I thought they were going to win last year against them, and they didn't. So, 6 and 11, man, and that's
6 and 11.
Yeah, that's maybe borderline pushing it right there because of the team with the quarterback. So
y'all go 6 and 11. Rule is gone.
Don't know. Yo, they definitely not going. Rule's definitely gone.
Rule's gone
Unless they pull off a Bengals. And just makes it, and nobody expects them to do anything, and they make the playoffs. I don't see it.
That would be a very. I don't even know. Would you want that? Would you want that, Craig?
By rule, another year or two?
Yeah, with Sam Darnold, you would have to bring him back.
No. They got to get rid of both.
I don't see that.
I don't think Matt Corral is Joe Burrow.
Nah. I
don't think so either, but I mean, he's got to be. He don't have to really be Joe Burrow. I think he just has to be better than the trash that's at quarterback now.
Is he?
I don't know.
All right, yeah. Let me stop.
Release. That's the only thing I know. But I mean, he can't be no worse. I wouldn't think. But I mean, maybe in his first year, yeah. But man,
he's better than PJ Walker.
Everybody's not. Yeah, everybody's not.
Yeah,
everybody's not Joe Burrow. Everybody's not Justin Herbert.
Yeah, those are gems. Yeah,
and I'm content with that. So
yeah.
I did have a lot of high expectations for Darnold. Obviously, I thought without that, since he wasn't in that system anymore, he was going to show up. And for the first 3 games, he was playing well, but he's trash.
I thought so too, Craig. I thought so too. I thought that I was like, all right, Sam Darnold has a new, system. He gets a new start. He doesn't have to worry about Adam Gase. He's good.
After they beat the Saints, I was like, oh, okay, maybe. Yeah. And then week 4 happened, and then it just, and then it just went on from there. Giants, Eagles, lost.
I thought they were going to be decent. He was like, James, they're going to be sorry. I was like, no, man, they'll be okay.
They lost 8 games in a row to end the season, 7 or 8.
Yeah.
That's the longest losing streak in the league.
Damn. Yeah. All right.
Number 2 defense. I don't get it.
Corey, what do you have the Colts going?
So I'm going to make this prediction, assuming that the season opens well.
Yes.
They win the games they should.
Yeah.
Come out ahead in at least a couple of the good games. I think coming out of the draft, I think the roster is better basically across the board. I think they have like a significant upgrade at quarterback for this team. I think they're a little better at receiver. They're better on the O-line, better at tight end. They still have Jonathan Taylor. I'm really intrigued by that Phillip Lindsay signing because personally, I love the way Phillip Lindsay plays football.
Yeah.
And having him taking a few of those carries away from Taylor to spell him a little bit.
Y'all signed him today, right?
I can get behind. I think yesterday, but
yeah.
It's not a signing I expected, but I'm all for it. And defensively, I think they're better across the board, and I'm excited that Matt Eberflus has been replaced. So I am going to say, as of today, 12-5.
Whoa! Okay, 12. I expect that. All right. I mean, hey, this is it.
They play in the AFC South. I think Tennessee got worse as a team. They play the NFC East in their divisional rotation.
Yeah.
I think that's not a great division. No. I think they could sweep it.
Ooh. It's not a great division.
They do play the AFC West, which will be tough, but I think they're better than the Raiders still. And they're going to have to beat the Broncos or the Chargers or one of those teams at some point to prove they're serious. But
man,
I mean, we'll see how the team looks in camp and everything. But yeah, I'm gonna throw it out there now.
Hey, this is the time to do it.
They should have won 11 games last year with Carson Wentz if he didn't crap the bed.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the.
So I think, yeah. So, yeah.
I guess Mo. All right, Mo. What based on your schedule? What you got the Commanders going?
Hey, listen. I mean, I got us. What is 18 games? I got us.
Mo,
I know people won't laugh. I know people won't laugh at me when I say this. And it's based on staying healthy.
Well, 17 games, 18 weeks.
All right, I got you.
Not 18 games yet. It will be.
I got us winning 10 games this year. We won 7 last year with all the injuries we had. So staying healthy, I got us at worst going 10-7. At worst.
At worst?
Like, look at it. Like at worst going 10-7.
I don't know about at worst. But,
all right. My bad.
It could definitely get worse.
Hold on.
All
right, my bad. All right, my bad. Let's flip that.
No, you can do that, man.
Hey, yeah, no, this is your call, man.
Yeah, you told your trash. Corey said 12. I said talk it.
Listen, like I'm looking at our schedule, and that's why I said the beginning scares me. Because if we flop like we do when we lose the teams we shouldn't lose to, like if we start 0-2, gonna be nervous out my mind. I'm gonna be like, oh Lord, it's about to get ugly. Cause that Dallas, Tennessee, Eagles games, it scares me because we look so, I understand injuries, but we look so flat and so distraught against Philly, both of them games. It was just like, why? Like, who is this team? I don't know who we are. Like, what are we doing? Like, so, and Dallas, Dallas just, I mean, we played them tough that first game. I know some things happened, fumble, we was in it, then we had that fumble for a touchdown, we was in it, but that second game, Lord have mercy. I was like, oh my goodness. Like, I was in the house with Todd, like, looking at Todd just sitting there laughing, just a chest of cat, and I'm looking like, man, I got to deal with this all day. I got to deal with this all night. Like, we just sit there and get our head hit. But, yeah, I think we can win 10 games. I would be disappointed, matter of fact, if we don't win 10 games. I truly would be disappointed if we don't win 10 games.
I like that.
I would look at us like, look at our schedule. Yes. I would be disappointed if we don't win 10 games because honestly, let me tell you this. I'm gonna be real honest with you. If we're fully healthy and no disrespect, respect Aaron Rodgers, love you, Aaron Rodgers.
You beat him.
The only game that scares me out of that NFC North is Minnesota.
Yep.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because of the fact of Dalvin Cook.
Aaron Rodgers ain't scaring nobody.
Cook, not with them receivers. If we get beat by them receivers, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna be like, yo, bye. Everybody need to go. Like, it's no way. It's just no way. Like, I'm not scared by Detroit. I'm not scared by Chicago because I don't think they did enough to help Justin Fields. I love Justin Fields. I think he's a good player, but they ain't do enough to help him.
Be trash, dog.
They're gonna be trash.
They did nothing to help Justin Fields.
They ain't do nothing to help that man.
It was sad. It's sad. It's so sad.
Like, they don't them worse than they did Mr. Trubisky. They don't them worse. Like, at least his second year, they went out and got him some talent and tried to help him. But so, I mean, the AFC South, I am nervous. I am nervous about Tennessee and the Colts.
That's the Colts.
But I'm not nervous about Jacksonville or Houston, really. But I know we have a habit of losing games we shouldn't lose. I mean, we shouldn't win. I mean, games we shouldn't lose, we got a habit of.
Yeah.
So I think, man, I honestly, anything less than 10 wins, I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm gonna be like, if we lose more than 7 games, I'm gonna be like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we really doing?
All right. You know what, Mo? I second that and I agree with you. We have the easiest schedule in the NFL. We won 7 games last year. It's gonna be up for the division. Mark my words, yo. Philly is not gonna be good as a lot of people think they are. I'm telling you. It's either Philly is gonna be between us and Philly, or it could be between us and Dallas. But one of those teams aren't making the playoffs. Dallas and Philly, one of them are. It's just the way. It's just the way the NFL is.
Philly has the third easiest schedule.
Yeah, I mean the whole NFC East has it. The whole NFC East has it. But I'm saying that according to the NFL, most times if you don't make the playoffs, those teams that do make the playoffs don't return. Bucks are gonna return, right? Rams are probably gonna return. I'm gonna give it to the Packers. Even though I talk trash, Packers, they don't scare me. I still think I think their division is up for grabs. But what else? You think the Eagles are gonna go back to the playoffs?
Yeah, I do, and
I don't think so. I think another team like Minnesota or Arizona. Arizona made the playoffs, but like I'm telling you, I just think we're gonna be surprised at the end of the season of what teams make the playoffs versus what don't, like we were last season. It happens every year. It's inevitable. That's why people love the NFL, the parity. Besides, you're gonna have the Bucks, the Rams, and then it's gonna be like, damn, it's 4 other different teams. We didn't know that was gonna make it.
Let me ask y'all a quick question, and I will ask y'all this one by one. What team would you say is built to pull? Is it any team right now built to pull a Cincinnati move this year?
The Saints. I mean,
no, they were worst.
I'm just saying, like, team that you talking about a team that didn't make the playoffs, or a team that was really bad the year before?
All right, we can go that route. We can go that route.
Cincinnati was bad. They were bad.
But I get what Craig.
They were from worst to first.
But let's say a team. Is there any team out there that can go from not making the playoffs to going to the Super Bowl this year?
Saints.
Yeah, that'd be my pick. Yeah, that'd be my pick.
Philly healthy.
Nah, Philly made the playoffs though.
Nah,
I'm talking about a team that did make the playoffs.
Saints if they're fully healthy.
If Jameis doesn't get hurt, the Saints make the playoffs.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Last year.
Yeah.
It
was 5-2.
I think they make noise too.
Yeah.
I would say Baltimore. I mean, I would throw Baltimore in that mix too. Team that did make the playoffs that could go to Super Bowl.
Baltimore's my pick. Yeah. I think they're gonna make the playoffs this year.
They wide receiver core though. You gotta make plays in the passing.
Could be Cleveland.
Receiver core just scared.
Could be Cleveland. Deshaun Watson don't get suspended. Could be Cleveland.
Nah, that is very strong.
Broncos didn't make the playoffs last year.
Chargers didn't
either.
Yeah.
I just think the path is easier.
Patriots made the playoffs last year, and they won't make it this year.
Hey, so I heard interesting thing. So they were making a comparison. They said you add players around your best player on offense, but they said Staley did the opposite this offseason. He put great players around his best star on defense. So he put great players around Derwin James. So he went out and got Khalil Mack. He went out and got J.C. Jackson. He went out and added to help his safety. Like he's like, well, why not build around my safety?
Their best player, but
that's fair. But I agree with that too. But I was
like, who's their best player?
Joey Bosa.
Yeah.
I mean, James.
They are.
Yes. I mean, it's not a knock on him, but
yeah, probably. Yeah. Well, it's on the defensive side, so I kind of I understand that. I get why, because they re-signed Mike Williams. They don't really need help on the offensive end.
Well, they're loading up on the rookie contract at quarterback.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Which is
they know their window is the next couple of years before they have to start paying.
And that family don't want for nothing because Bosa ain't even on that. Bosa's still on his rookie deal, right?
No,
the other Bosa.
Oh no.
Bosa's got paid already.
No, Joey
Bosa's getting paid.
Nick
Bosa, I don't know is.
Nick Bosa might still be.
The one in San Francisco went first, right? The one in San Francisco got drafted first. Right?
Nope.
Oh, he went second. Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
He's the younger one.
Oh.
Yeah, he's the younger one. He's probably going to get paid.
Oh yeah, you have to pay him.
He's probably going to get paid a lot of money. He had an injured year and then bounced back and was phenomenal. So all right. Let's piggyback on what Mo said. Let's predict the playoff seeds for the NFC and AFC. So let's start with the NFC first. Who's the number one seed?
NFC?
Rams.
I go Rams.
I'm going Rams.
Okay. Gotta go.
Who you got, Craig?
Rams.
Oh, I look. You're looking at my look.
Yeah.
Okay, who's your number 2 seed?
That's
Tampa.
Who?
Tampa.
I was gonna go Tampa. That's why I made that look, Craig. I think Tampa have a really easy division. No offense, Craig. No offense.
No. Okay.
I'm just saying, like.
Hold on. I'm gonna be funny. Can I put a slash?
No, we're not doing no slash. Who are you gonna do? Slash this?
No,
man.
No. I'm doing a slash with the same division though. I'm doing a slash with the same division.
I'm
going Tampa slash New Orleans.
Nope, you gotta pick Tampa. One, man.
I go Tampa.
Go New Orleans. This is very early. You get to change it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Tampa. But if it's not Tampa, I think it's gonna be New Orleans or win that division their record.
You still got 5 more seeds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
gonna go Tampa. I go Tampa.
All right. 3rd seed.
Minnesota.
Packers.
Green Bay.
I'm about to talk trash.
I'm going Minnesota.
I might have talked trash, but I'm gonna go Packers.
No,
I think they built around. I think they took off of Aaron Rodgers' plate and put into the defense and running game, and I think they're going to focus on that this year. Yeah, I can talk trash, but I realize what's going on here. I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna go off page.
I can talk trash when they play my team, but I mean, come on now, they're still they're the third seed. You go Minnesota. All right. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna lie. I think Minnesota's gonna make the playoffs, but it's okay. A lot of people, not saying Mo's wrong. A lot of people have picked Minnesota. A lot of people have.
Really?
A lot.
Do people really think there's going to be that big of a drop off for the Packers? I expected a bit of a drop off.
A lot of people. I'm not gonna say a lot of people that I've been listening to.
Oh, they definitely ain't getting number one seed. I think I'd be a fool to say they're gonna make the playoffs. Yeah. They ain't getting number one seed this year. No, they ain't gonna happen, Captain.
Here's the fourth seed. Ooh. Everybody knows my pick.
Philadelphia.
You got Philly.
Philly.
There y'all go. Get your damn cheesesteaks out of here.
But man, they got basically the same schedule percentage-wise.
They do. And they have AJ Brown.
I think AJ Brown and Hassan Reddick are two really big signings. I think those are two bigger upgrades than anything Washington did to upgrade on their roster.
I'm just not a fan of Jalen Hurts. We'll see.
We've talked about numerous times. I'm taking Hurts over Wentz every day.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, Corey's not a Wentz fan anymore. Man.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. I watched it firsthand, man.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I can hope, man. I can hope, man. It's all right. We got.
I was where you were last year. I understand.
You know how I feel.
I rationalized it every way I could.
Now, if we lose,
it's hard to argue with Corey when he say he a fan. When you're a fan, and that's the quarterback that was on your team, it's hard to argue against him because
he feels how we feel, bro. He feels exactly the same way. And if it comes down to how the Colts, if it comes down to the exact same way the Colts lost last year, where we lose the last two games, that's gonna be a blower.
Well, hey, I watch it. I'm gonna entertain it right quick. I'm gonna say Philly.
Is week one on the road or at home for you guys?
What? Say it again.
Is week one on the road or at home for you guys?
At home.
But against Detroit?
Okay.
Yeah, I think at home.
No, Jacksonville.
No, it's against Jacksonville, where he ended the season last year.
Oh, yeah.
We're at home. We're at home. Hope. Keep hope alive, man. It was just Star Wars week, and I watched a lot of Star Wars movies. I watched all of them. So, that's it. Yeah. Gotta have hope, okay? Gotta have Luke Skywalker in your life sometimes, all right? Okay? All right, Mo, I heard that too. Don't let these guys.
Or what? No. It was a reason. I said Philly, but I'm gonna go on the back end of this wild card thing with y'all. I go here.
All right, okay. All right. Now here, this gets interesting. The 5th seed.
Saints.
I got the Saints, man.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Dallas. Saints. Oh, that's a good guy. Listen, I can't get mad at that pick. That's a Dallas is a good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Saints. I'm gonna go Saints.
I'm going with Saints. 6th seed.
That's where I have the Saints.
San Fran.
You got the Saints. I got San Arizona, Fran. Yo.
I got San Fran.
I got Arizona. Who you got, Craig?
Got Dallas.
Dallas in the 6th seed. All right. I got Arizona.
I got San Fran.
You got San Fran in the 6th seed.
Yep.
All right. Who finishes it out?
Washington.
Minnesota Commanders.
Minnesota. I got Washington.
I got Minnesota. Oh, so you got okay. All right, I got you. Okay, you got Philly winning division, but you got us. Okay. Mm-hmm. But you all got
no Dallas in the playoffs.
No Dallas.
No. Nope.
I can. Okay. That's a very.
Hold on, I'm gonna give you a reason why. Hold on, I'm gonna give you a reason.
No, that could be fair. They lost a lot.
I'm gonna give you right. I don't. No disrespect. I like that, but I just feel like in that passing game with CD being out, probably half the season, coming back from his injury. Like, I mean, that's is CD or Gallup?
Yeah, Michael Gallup.
Gallup might be out more.
Is Lamb really that dominant for you to really win in the passing game? And your O line is not that dominant for for your running backs to get off. So I just don't see it. I don't know. I don't see them make the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
Their defense is going to be great. Their defense is going to keep them in a lot of games, but I just don't see them scoring enough to
I might change my picks later. I might. We gotta just see.
You are entitled to do that.
Everybody is.
I did this without even doing a breakdown of schedule roster.
Absolutely. Yeah,
I'm going off the top of my head.
Yeah. I'm going top of them.
Yeah.
All right.
I do think Dallas got a little better defensively.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
They got the best quarterback in the division.
Exactly.
It's hard to pick.
Even with the handicap of Mike McCarthy.
Yep.
Oh,
they got the best quarterback in the division. It's from all right, to be honest, this is an offensive league. When you have the best quarterback in the division, you most likely win the division.
And to be funny, I'm not being funny with it, but they might have the best pass rusher right now and the best corner in that division. I gotta see Chase Young come back healthy.
I wouldn't.
But right now, if you talk about Michael Parsons, you talk about the best pass rusher in that division, and they got the best corner. You talk about Trayvon Diggs, he's the best corner in that division right now.
So is he? I think I might take Darius Slay over him.
Darius Slay is pretty good.
Yeah, he is.
Diggs is a boomer bust guy, though.
Diggs is a very
Bradbury just signed in Philly.
Yeah.
Yep, 1 year, $10 million deal. Whatever.
Who did? Bradbury?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh shoot. Oh.
Philadelphia.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hey, Greg.
So
I'm doubling down on. I'm not going to change that Philly pick. I'm sticking with.
I know you're not going to change it. You're not going to ever change it.
Down. Yeah, he's going to change down. Yeah.
Look, if Washington was good, I think they're going to make the playoffs. I say that's
fair.
Good. I think they're going to make the playoffs.
That's fair.
I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. What do you want me to do? I can't.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
That's
I got 9. Come on, what do you want me to do? Maybe 9 and 8.
That's an improvement. That sounds like Colts last year. Sounds like we're gonna get let down. Sounds like I'm gonna get let down into this.
More than 4 wins there. You know what I'm saying? I doubled it up.
I don't know.
I
think both James, you and Mo are right that the first 2 weeks are really important because there has to be some question marks in the locker room around Carson Wentz being on his third team in 3 years and the way he departed each of the last two. If they stumble out of the gate, with a franchise that already has issues, I think things could implode on them quickly.
It's a wrap.
Based on the environment of that organization.
If we stumble out the gate, we're gonna have a top 10 pick again. If we lose the first 2 games, the season.
It's gonna get ugly.
If that happens, we're gonna see how Howell plays the back half of the season.
Yep. Yeah.
It's gonna get real ugly because that all right. So that San Francisco game scares me because we didn't improve our linebacker core. So for a team that want to run it down your throat and we improve our linebacker core, that scares me. And that really does scare me.
Yeah, if we lose the first 2 games, it's a wrap. It's done. It's done. I'll come on here and I'll just be like,
listen, we won't hear no more. We can't speak towards our team.
I'll just be like,
At this point, we just on here.
I'm gonna go on a revenge tour of how much I dislike them every week.
Listen,
it's gonna
be worse than Craig last year.
Yes, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go hard on the organization.
Hey, Craig, after week 5, Craig was just on a whole hate tour. Like, hey, listen.
Nah, was it? When did they lose to the Giants?
It was the Giants game.
Week 5 or 6.
That was
the Giants game. Craig was like,
that was his breaking point.
That was
it. I can't do this no more.
All of us were like, "Oh no, you're not going to lose to the Giants."
Yeah. We were like, "Come on." Craig was like, he was.
Craig was like, "I wouldn't be surprised." Craig was like, "I wouldn't even be surprised if we do this."
Did say that. Craig was like, "No, guys, y'all don't know." All right, AFC. Of course, the number 1 seed. Pick Buffalo.
Buffalo. Yeah, Buffalo.
Hands down.
Yeah.
This really gets tricky.
Ooh.
Number 2 seed.
Ooh.
Come on, Chargers.
Chargers.
What the Chargers here, man?
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
I'm gonna go Chargers.
Denver.
I'm gonna go Chargers.
I'm going to. Yes, I think they're gonna be good. I think they're gonna be really, really good. I think they're gonna be not Peyton Manning good, but good.
Right.
Like teams aren't gonna want to play it.
Joe paying you to say this?
Oh my God. Nah, man.
Cash out on the
table. Man. All right. Number 3.
I got the Colts.
Cincinnati.
The Colts.
Baltimore.
I will go with the Colts.
I'm going Baltimore.
So you got Cincinnati, but all right. 4 seed.
Colts.
Chargers. Colts. Who do you got, Corey? The Chargers.
Yep.
I got the Ravens.
Got the Ravens too.
Who do you have?
Colts.
Colts. Okay. All right. 5th seed.
Cincinnati.
Denver.
I got the Chiefs.
I have the Chiefs in the 5th seed. I think they're the Chiefs. That's all I can say, man. I can't say nothing else. They got a hard schedule, but you got Cincinnati.
They do.
They got a toughest schedule in the NFL. All right, the 6th seed.
Chiefs.
Bengals.
I got the Chargers. 3 teams from the West. 3 teams.
Same.
Yeah, 3 teams from the West, man. Fortunately, the Raiders are out. I believe in Josh McDaniels. Okay, the 7th seed.
You got the Broncos.
Chiefs.
You got the Broncos. You got the Chiefs.
The Browns.
I got the Browns. I don't think Cincinnati goes back. I think they have a hand.
Wow. Really?
They have a hangover, man. I think it's Baltimore and the Browns.
If I want to put the Browns in there, but if Deshaun Watson got any type of suspension, I just don't see the Browns making up that ground.
I don't think he does.
They'll make up that ground.
I don't think he gets suspended. I think
if he don't, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'm
Maybe
waiting.
next
If he don't,
year.
I'm gonna change my pick. Hold on.
Yeah.
If he don't, I'm gonna change my pick. I'm just
Yeah,
waiting.
that's
I know Roger Goodell is so. Roger Goodell's so.
I don't know.
He's stuff. I don't know.
If I'm the league,
quiet.
if you suspend him this year, I think he appeals the suspension, and there's a good chance it gets rolled back anyways.
Yep.
And it's a giant FU to the league the way his contract was structured to avoid losing any money.
Yep.
Fair enough.
I think you wait a year. You just publicly say you need to wait for the process to play out, and then you hit them with a heavy suspension next year.
Yep.
Make them actually lose some money.
That's what I think they're going to do. I think they're going to do that.
I don't know that I believe in Baltimore. I don't know about the passing game.
You say you don't know if you believe in Baltimore?
Yeah. I know they had injuries. I think that in 2 years, I think they had a really good draft. I think in 2 years, their defense could be very good again.
Yeah.
I just don't know if Lamar can throw the team on his back to get through all of that.
I think if he stays healthy, I think they go to the playoffs because the way they structured the team. I think the center is good. It's going to be interesting. I'm not going to lie.
They need Rashad Bateman to take a massive step forward, though.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So wait a minute. Nobody picked the Raiders?
Nah. I mean, it's tough. No disrespectful.
They're in a tough division. They're in a tough division.
But that division is going to beat up on each other. Somebody got to beat our person out.
Nobody has Miami.
Until
no.
Listen, I don't believe in Tua enough. I believe they put enough talent around them to win, to go to the playoffs, but I don't believe in Tua enough. I don't believe in Tua enough. I don't know.
Because I don't think it's ever been a team that's had 4 teams go to the playoffs.
Not the whole division. Not the whole division.
That's tough.
I've had 3. We've seen 3, but
yeah, we saw 3 last year.
I mean, it's never been possible.
Yeah. Right.
But, I mean, we almost saw 3 last year.
We
saw 3 last year from the NFC West, but we almost saw 3 from the AFC West last year if it's a tie. And
I think that they beat up on each other enough that one of the 4th place team, it causes them to miss out.
And they're going to be a good team. It's just like,
yeah. The AFC is going to have a number of good teams not make the playoffs.
Yeah. Like, I think somebody out the north is going to be a good team and not make it. I don't think Miami's a bad team. I just think the AFC's too tough.
Too tough.
If Miami was in the NFC, they would go to.
But hold up, they're gonna be that team that's gonna win 9-10 games, but not go off the tiebreakers. It's just gonna be too stacked.
Yeah. Conference record is going to be extremely important this year.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So Miami was in the NFC. Hey, right? Raiders were in the NFC, but you're not. You're in the AFC, which I think. Oh man. The AFC has. Out of the top 10 quarterbacks, how many AFC? 8?
Probably.
Maybe 7.
NFC, I guess you got Stafford.
You got
Brady,
Stafford and Rodgers.
And Brady.
Hey, it was
right.
So wild.
But then after that,
maybe Prescott.
Not top 10.
I don't know.
I don't think he's better than Burrow, Lamar, Holmes, Allen.
Herbert, what you got? I think he's better than Carr.
I don't think he's better than Watson.
I ain't seen Watson in a while. I don't know what he's like.
I don't think he's better than him.
I don't know.
It was
yeah.
You're not naming that. That's it.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's it.
And the AFC West,
maybe.
And the AFC West is so wild. They I seen someone get up. The AFC West is the only division that has 4 teams in the top 15 in FBI.
7, maybe 6 or 7.
But there's
quarterback. I see 6 off the break. Then maybe Watson. I just haven't seen him in a while. But I could toss it up
in the AFC.
Yeah,
that's better than Dak.
I would take Lamar up there just because his ability to run.
Yeah.
But
Lamar, Burrow, right? And Mahomes and who else? And Allen. You said you got 6.
Allen,
Herbert.
I got Allen, Wilson. Herbert, Mahomes,
Herbert. Yeah.
Burrow, Watson.
So you said Dak is probably like what, 11th maybe?
Lamar Jackson. Probably.
It's not bad in NFC. That means if he's the 4th best quarterback in NFC, there's a good chance he goes to the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't think that defense is going to be getting all those turnovers they got last year. They had like 30 plus turnovers last year.
They're going to be good though. They have the whole NFC East has an easy schedule because they play each other. Dallas has primetime games. All the hype here's the hype. You heard it here first, and you're going to hear it all throughout the summer.
All right.
Dallas is going to win the division and go to the Super Bowl. We hear it every year. I don't think that's going to happen. I got a couple teams I think is going to go to the Super Bowl, but in the Super Bowl, I'm going to ask you all this before we get off. The Super Bowl is in Arizona because I looked it up. I was like, wait a minute, right? Because Tampa played in Tampa. Rams played in LA. I said, Super Bowl's in Arizona.
No, it won't happen.
The trend ends here, finally.
Yep, ends here.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, Arizona's not. I do think they're going to be a good team, though. I do. I think they'll make the playoffs.
Do they start out well enough to offset their collapse at the end of the year?
No.
Oh.
They got the Chiefs at the Raiders and then the Rams.
In the beginning of the year?
Yeah. And then they got the Panthers.
They're going to beat the Raiders.
They in trouble.
They're going to beat them. Oh, man. They don't have D-Hop. Yep, 6 games. It's going to hurt them.
I don't know. It's not going to be
no D-Hop for 6 games hurts them.
Yeah, no D-Hop.
Yeah. They had D-Hop, I would be like, okay, Raiders could be a win. I don't know. I'm not a fan of Josh McDaniels.
For good reason.
I don't know if he's a really good coach. And then the Patriots this year are going to be, and then surround Mac Jones And
he doesn't have any receivers, man.
And they got what's his name?
Didn't we pick the cornerback?
Zappy. Who they drafted?
The kid from Western Kentucky.
Yeah, that's weird. Belichick is being weird. He is, man. Usually he's like, okay, he's very like calculated.
Bad geez. Yeah.
Now man. He's like, he doesn't have an offensive coordinator. It's probably gonna be Joe Judge for real. He's just not gonna have a title.
Yeah, because I already said Joe Judge working with Jones and
he's probably gonna be it, but it's just come out and
say it.
No receivers.
Mm-hmm.
You let go your best corner. Could have paid him. You still haven't paid Dante Hightower, who's been your
who in your backfield? Lord have mercy.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just see the league trending a different way, and I see a lot of teams supporting their young quarterbacks, and it seems like the teams that don't
lose out
aren't going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Like Chicago, the Patriots, like this is the time to load up while Mac Jones is on the rookie deal. If you're the Patriots, this is the time, man. But I don't know what I don't know what's going on, man. It's real weird.
Hey, but before we get off, it was funny. So I know the Jets had a great draft, right? So it was on NFL Network.
Yeah,
they were on the schedule breakdown, and they showed the Jets schedule. It was like, we know the Jets had a great draft, but it was like, look at this schedule. They was like, it's a 90% chance they can start the season 0-9. What game are they favored in? I was like, Lord have mercy.
I mean, the Jets are probably going to.
They said they can start 0-9. They was like, it's a good chance they can start 0-9 at the beginning of the season.
It's just something. So here's the thing. For the Jets this year, I'm just looking for development. I want to see Zach Wilson take a step.
Yeah, to be competitive.
I want him to be competitive in every game. And then, now next year be Zach Wilson's third year.
Oh yeah.
Gotta show out.
Gotta show out.
Or I don't know if is the GM gone? Did you get rid of the GM?
Douglas still there, right? Doug's still there, right? Yeah.
Do you get rid if Zach Wilson doesn't work out, does the GM go?
Yeah, he gotta go. Yeah.
And it depends on what the rest of the roster ends up looking like, I think.
Yeah. He's made some good picks so far, so I don't know about the Zach Wilson. We'll see. That was a live or die pick when you had, what if they would have, I hate to say this, but what if they draft Mac Jones? And
I mean, is Mac Jones? Mac Jones won a game with 5 pass attempts?
Yeah, he did. That's probably Belichick. What if Trey Lance is really good? Then they passed on him. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how Zach Wilson plays out. I don't know. From him, I want him to be healthy, and I need to see some development. I don't care about their record. I want to see.
They added talent around him.
Yep.
Definitely did.
On both sides of the ball, yeah.
I think it's
in the
more
offseason
than
and the
Jones
draft.
could say.
Yeah, in the offseason, yeah. Oh no, I ain't do nothing for him. Lord.
Yeah. It sucks about Justin Fields, though. It does.
Oh, it does. Oh Lord.
I would trade for him.
Yeah, I think Fields could be on the market next year.
Yeah. Well, Craig, would you trade for him? Or would you rather draft?
It depends on what they're going to trade, but yeah, problem. Yeah.
Because think about it. If Chicago has a crappy record, because that's what it looks like, right?
Yeah.
Do you draft the quarterback? Do you draft the quarterback?
Listen, they already got 4 losses in their division. I mean, I'll be the good guy and say maybe a split with the Lions, but right now They gonna lose. They gonna lose to Minnesota and Green Bay twice. Let's just go ahead and say that.
So you do with Arizona? Do you draft a quarterback?
I don't know. That's gonna be tough because you're not getting a first round pick for Fields, even with him being young. That's gonna be crazy if you try to trade him and think you're gonna get anything back for him. That's gonna be remotely worth it.
It would just suck that they put him in that position. They should have never traded.
I mean, say Indianapolis is picking in the mid to late 20s. Justin Fields becomes available. Giving up 1 pick for Fields versus having to give up 4 picks to move up for a young quarterback.
I would definitely be looking, especially if we finish.
I think it's a worthwhile gamble.
Outside the playoffs, I would definitely be like, what's up with Justin Fields? He's still got 3 years on that deal. You know what I'm saying? And I think he has potential. I just don't think he was set up right. If he goes to a team if we have the team that we had right now and we add Fields, wouldn't be mad. Would not be mad. He has the weapons. I think he's a high character guy. He fits Rivera's system like Cam Newton. I just want to. It just sucks that Chicago is doing this, and the GM's going to be like, he wasn't my guy.
Yep.
We have a chance to get Caleb Williams or such and such or CJ Stroud, which I don't know why you would get another Ohio State quarterback.
Yeah, well, there's that too. Ohio State's never had a good pro quarterback, so
nope. So it's just I don't know, but it could be. That's just I don't know their strategy. I don't know. It's perplexing.
Yeah. I mean, they look like a team that knows they were going to be bad, so they're leaning into it. But that does nothing to help your young quarterback.
No, draft some offensive linemen,
And on top of that,
get a
you hired a defensive coach.
Yes,
somebody that's not going to be working with Fields every week.
Yes, if you're gonna put into the quarterback, even if you make the picks you do, at least hire offensive minded coach.
Look, Eberflus is a guy that I think the locker room is going to like. I think the Bears will play hard every week, but I don't think that's necessarily going to equate to very many wins.
And I guess as a GM, you're like, I mean, I could pick a quarterback. If they have you know what I'm saying? If they have a top 5 pick, that sucks, man. Craig, you have a top 5 pick. Bears picking a quarterback?
Are the Bears picking a quarterback? Probably because I don't think the GM picked Fields, right?
Yeah, he did.
So he's not tied.
Ace is gone.
Yeah, so he's not tied to Fields. So I mean, if he feels as though
that sucks,
another quarterback in the coming up class gives him the best chance, or he likes him better than what he's seen from Fields, then I mean, you got to try to trade him, I guess, which is unfortunate because the roster around Fields is just not good. I don't think he's got a fair shot. I also thought that Darnold didn't get a fair shot.
Yeah.
I do think Gase ruined Sam Darnold.
Yeah, he's really
unfortunately.
Yeah. So but we'll
there was the hope Darnold was going to see the same turn that Tannehill did getting out from under Gase. It looks like Gase ruined him though. But I think if you're the new GM in Chicago, you have a really bad season, you trade Fields, draft a new quarterback, it resets the clock for you.
Yep.
It adds another year or two to your job security.
Yeah. Which sucks for Fields, but I think
it potentially gives them a chance to get to a better team.
Yep. I think there'll be a lot of teams out there. I think there'll be a lot of teams looking for Justin Fields, just like it is every year. It's going to be it could be the Colts, right? It could be who else? It could be Carolina. It could be, I'm not going to say anybody out the AFC West or NFC West, it could be Detroit. I don't think they would trade him in the division. It could be Minnesota, but I don't think they'll trade him in the division. But it's teams out there that it could be Tampa. You know, like Tampa keeps saying, like, oh, we're not looking for a veteran quarterback, but they were when Tom Brady was retired. Like, you know, and it depends on the rookie class too. Like, you know, this rookie class is like 2018, but once again, it's only two good quarterbacks out 2018. 2017, it's only two good quarterbacks, I think. Right? Mahomes and Deshaun. 18 is Allen and Lamar.
I saw the over under at 5.5 for quarterbacks in round 1 next year.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot. I think it's gonna be like this past draft where it was Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Mac Jones. I think it's gonna be 5. I think so. You know, some teams, Carolina might draft one, Chicago might draft one.
It's up. Yeah, I think you had a number of teams sitting out quarterbacks this year.
Yep.
For next year.
Atlanta. If Detroit has another bad season, might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I mean, this everybody's been talking about this class, so we'll see. I don't know.
I do think some of that talk was also just how poorly they evaluated this year's class.
Yeah.
Because I like seeing a lot of the talk after the draft, it was like a lot of the draft experts were saying that quarterbacks were going to go round 1, not because they liked them or they thought teams liked them, that it's just they thought teams would panic and take a guy early.
Yep.
And I mean, you know, the history in the NFL has kind of bore out that there was a good chance somebody would do that.
Yeah. Because this quarterback class didn't get no love.
Nope.
No.
They got
they wait for next year. There's already 5 quarterbacks they talking about for next year.
And I think some of these quarterbacks might do good, but when I look back to 2016 draft class of quarterbacks, it wasn't good. It's not a good class to compare it to.
I mean,
nope.
You typically have at least half washout. So.
Yep. So, all right, guys. Oh, before we go, Kyler Murray, they looking like he's probably gonna get a Derek Carr type of deal. 3 years, 120. Jameis is back on track for his ACL. Dalvin Cook has been running routes and receivers sets, and all NBA all rookie teams out. That's it. That's it. So,
you know what? I caught the USFL.
Oh yeah, it wasn't bad.
Hey, look, man. They played a total so far. They're halfway through the season. They played 20 games total. 15 of them have been a 1-score game.
Ain't that bad.
All right, I might watch it this weekend.
75%. Now there are some rules that are cool that I thought were pretty good. Like you can go for 1, obviously extra point, same distance. I think it's like the 10-yard line or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You can go for 2 from the 2-yard line, or you can go for 3 from the 10-yard line. So if you're down by 9, that's a 1-possession game now in the USFL. So I thought that was cool. The overtime was like it's kind of like soccer with the or like hockey with the shootout type thing. It's the best of 3, but if it's still tied after that, then you go to sudden death. Pretty much from the same 2-yard line still, like trying to convert 2-point conversions. Basically, is what it is.
So they just do 2-point conversions.
Yeah, 2-point conversions, best 2 out of 3.
Oh, no touchdowns.
Then you go to sudden death. They have a weird, but I think it might work in this league. 2-pass rule, I guess. If the first pass doesn't go past the line of scrimmage, so you throw like an 8-yard pass if it's 1st and 10, then you can throw it again. as long as you don't run past the line of scrimmage. So you can run a play to a wide receiver, and he can then throw it to the quarterback if he's streaking down the field.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait.
Weird.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Say that again, because I'm trying to.
You can do a 2-pass rule as long as the first pass does not go past the line of scrimmage. So if it's 1st and 10, you throw an 8-yard pass to a wide receiver.
I catch it.
If he doesn't pass the line of scrimmage, he can then throw the ball again to a wide receiver or to a running back or to whoever, a quarterback down the field, if he wanted to.
Oh, so it could be. So instead of like a flea flicker, it could. Oh man.
Yeah, as long as you just don't go past the line of scrimmage.
So basically, after 4 pass.
Pretty much for passes that don't go past the line of scrimmage. I mean, if
I got it. That's
2nd and 5, then you got to throw a 4-yard pass.
I would want to see.
It's a little weird.
That. Yeah, I have to see that. It is a little weird. I would like to see it though.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. But it's just.
Have you seen somebody go for 3? That would be very. I'm gonna watch it this week.
Haven't seen that either. But they also have a rule where you can go for an onside kick. Or if you don't want to do that, you can try to convert a 4th and 12 from your own 33. If you convert, keep the ball. If you don't, then
that gives somebody really good field position. Right.
Or if you get sacked at like the 27,
it's short.
They got the ball at the 27. But I mean, it's a big risk, big reward, or big risk, big reward type thing.
Yeah, because if you get it, the momentum keeps going. Yeah,
it's the 4th and 12.
That's a long
33. So
I don't know if that exists. That's the percentage of getting that in the NFL is very.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one either. They also have sensors in the ball to spot the ball better, so that way you don't have to rely on like the referees to try to spot the ball or something like that, which I thought was cool. But it said the first week it did add like more weight to the ball, but I think they figured it out. There's also like the pass interference rule is weird, like it's a spot foul. But I think if it goes past 15 yards, it's a spot foul. If it goes under 15 yards, it's I can't remember what it was. It's just a weird rule or something like that. I think it's like it takes the college rule. So
okay.
It's a 15-yard penalty. I think if it goes past 15 yards or something like that, or something. I can't remember what it is, but it's just a weird rule. I'd look at that again. But I mean, for the most part, I think they have the kickoff is from the 25 to the 35. They have a running clock in the 1st and 3rd quarter. Even if it's incomplete pass, the clock runs the whole time.
I gotta see this.
Yeah, I mean, I did like the going for 3. I thought that was interesting, especially if you're really down.
I don't know if you can have that in the league.
I don't know. I mean, you're doing it from the 10. I don't know, man. It's like
teams might try to go hard, man.
It's possible. I think it can make it more interesting. But I mean,
I don't know, man. You think it's blowouts now? Jeez, man.
I mean, who really goes for 2 like that though? Not too many teams really go for 2 like that. And you're at the 2. You're going from the 10.
Yeah, you might be right.
But I mean, I just thought it was an interesting additive, basically.
I don't know. A lot of teams be going for 2. Some teams be going for 2 a lot.
But I haven't seen that forward pass. Yeah, some teams.
I can see Baltimore going for 3 a lot.
I would just like to see it, but I like even in this.
Come on, let's go. Like, man, this trying to get out of control, guys. Y'all are up 15. Oh, now we're up 18. I don't know. Maybe.
I'm gonna check it out again this week.
I don't know. I'm gonna watch it. The go for 3 is interesting.
I'm gonna check it out. See what's
maybe certain times.
Yeah, it has to be certain times. I haven't seen it once.
Yeah.
Either, so I don't know.
I can only imagine if a team is up by 3, they're going for 3.
Maybe.
I can see teams going for 3 to be up by 6, so you have to
different strategies involved.
You have to score a touchdown to win the game. I can see teams doing that.
There's just different stuff going on if you add a 3.
Right? I can see teams like, we're up by 3 in the 4th. Let's try to go by 3. Let's try to go for 3. Because then that puts it at 6.
Yeah.
That's a tough. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Going for 3, I never thought about that. That'd be something to think about.
I'm gonna definitely check it out again this week. I don't know who plays or what. I don't even know what.
They say they only play in Alabama.
Yeah, they only play at one stadium, and the team that's undefeated right now is Alabama.
Oh, of course.
But, so, you know.
Yeah. I'm gonna see when the games are. Hold on. I don't see it says news.
It might be Friday, Saturday, or Sunday or something. Like usually it's
watch. I'm about to look it up right now. I'm a watch. Oh, it's one on. Oh,
it wasn't bad. I mean, obviously the crowd sucks because there's nobody there.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch a game. All right, it says the full event schedule of the NBA. This is all Fox Sports. So when let's look at Saturday.
Yeah, there's 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday.
Oh yeah, it's 1 p.m. on NBC. All right, okay. I might watch that.
I'm gonna watch the first one because there's nothing on.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm gonna watch that. Oh, it's a UFC fight on. All right, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
Good luck, man.
See what it's about. Man. So, all right, guys. All right. Y'all have a great week.